I am down not 1 million, not 2 million, but $3 million. And, I'm down over $1 million in the chef. Over $1 million if you add up all my different accounts. As you're seeing there, basically lost everything in the stock. 200, that's $250,000. And then a much smaller position in my public account. This is my main private account, which obviously is much.
Well. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Busy Man Personal Finance. Tax season's starting to kick off. It's starting to get hectic, ladies and gentlemen. So I don't know if I can keep doing these. We'll see. Anyway, welcome back, everybody. We're doing our typical grifter stream where you, and I'm talking to you, either Superchat $10 or Venmo $9. See the pinned comment right here. Completely private, by the way. Either do one of those two, and I'll cover whatever topic you want. I don't know how long I'm going to hang out here tonight because I have 2 tax consultations. And then I need to pack up to drive home early in the morning tomorrow. So, we will see how long it takes. All right, we got my fan favorites in the comments already. I'm sure they're brimming with positivity and encouragement. Alan Carlson. What's a typical market opening stream going to look like? Will it follow a format, and how long will it be? You know what it's going to be, Alan? It's going to be whatever I figure out, okay? I'm not going to give you at exactly 9:02, I'm going to look at this. At exactly 9:08, I'm going to look at that. No, I'm going to figure it out, okay? I'm going to use Webull Desktop. I'm probably going to have the stock market heat map. We're going to have all the stonks listed. We're going to look at the biggest news of the day. Maybe we'll watch CNBC and react to it. I don't know. Okay? I'll figure it out. That's how it works. See what works, see what doesn't. And before you know it, I'll be Giga Chad 9000. Now, the length, I'll probably start at 9 and end at 10, maybe. Or maybe I'll start at 8:45 and end at 10. I don't know. Maybe 8:30. I don't freaking know. But, we'll figure it out. I think I'm going to start off at 9. Keep it to an hour long because my routine is after the stream, I'm going to the gym. And I need to go before lunch. Don't worry, you have time. You'll have time to beg. Oh, after tax season, I'll have plenty of time, dude. Plenty of time. All right, we got Gil in the comments here. Already the excuse after a few days of no super chats. I know, my channel's collapsing. It's over. I'm doomed. I should just give up. I'm a clown. I'm a loser. It's over for me. My channel's dying. Nobody believes in daddy. Everybody just craps on daddy. It's kind of hurtful, to be perfectly honest with you. That's why I cry. After the abuse of these streams, I just cry. That's why I also have a tax business, okay? I would never just be a full-time YouTuber. Ever. That's craziness. I know, right? After. Like I said, even if I don't get super chats, that's fine. It's something to do. It's content. It keeps me busy. Hey, coincidence, Alan. You guys, people always underestimate me. They always underestimate me. Are you crazy? This is going to be your livelihood and you don't even have a fully developed plan yet? I wouldn't make this up if I tried. Alan, I've asked you for specific advice. You claim you're such a genius at YouTube and you just know exactly how to make my channel go crazy. And then I specifically asked you for a video topic and a video title, and you did not provide it, okay? And that tells me you don't actually know what you're doing, okay? You think it's easy to get the channel to where it's at now? You think this was just a walk in the park? Oh, yeah, I'll just have 16,000 subscribers, bro. It's easy. No, it's not easy, okay? But that's YouTube. You test things out. You see what works. You see what doesn't. Okay? You're too regimented, man. You're way too regimented. You're like, we must have an exact plan, and we must follow the plan. I have a good idea of what I'm going to do, and we'll see how it goes, and I'll refine things. that don't work, and I'll slowly improve over time. But there will be a morning live stream. But come to find out, the market's closed on Monday. I actually planned to do my first market close on Monday. The freaking market's closed. So I don't know. Maybe I'll do 2 clown reports. I've been making a list of Excel files. Oh, you do I have it on here? Oh, you guys got to see this. So this is how I'm going to do the daily clown report. Check this out. Let me pull up my little tracker for how I'm going to do the daily clown report. And you, Alan, you can give me your professional opinion about how terrible this is and how this makes no sense and how you would be so much better. So check this out, people. You're going to like this, okay? So let me close this. So the hardest thing with doing content is finding something to talk about, right? That's the hardest part. Obviously, for these streams, I don't have to plan anything. I just show up and you guys send me $1 trillion. But when it comes to the Daily Clown Report, guess what? I need content. So I have this spreadsheet here, right? And I've got a tab that says Sheet 1. I'm going to update that to Video Topics. Oh my God, you didn't have it updated. Anyway, so I updated the tab to Video Topics, and I have a list of grifters, the video name, and the video link. So let's say it's Monday, right? And I'm like, oh, I need to do the Daily Clown Report today. So I can, filter on here. I can sort by name, and I can find the specific grifter and the video, right? Now, I don't think Ben Felix is a grifter, but I saw a topic I wanted to react to. So I'll literally look at this list. I'll click on the video link. I'll react to the video live, and then when it's done, I'll cross it off. Maybe I'll highlight it in red or yellow or something. And every time I get a video idea or I see a video that's clownish and I want to react to it, I'll add it to this list. Now, I also have this other grifter list. So these are the videos that I want to react to, right? And then I have the grifter list, okay? I got a list of all the grifters and their names, their channels, and links to their channels. So if I'm like, I wonder what Jeremy's up to, I can just go to his channel. There he is, okay? You guys like that? That's pretty good. That's pretty good, huh? That is pretty clever, you got to admit, okay? Well, how is that, Alan? Is that sufficient for you? Is that good enough for you? Remixer Darken became a Alan, how do you feel about this? Are you mad? Are you upset? I'm going to be really upset if you cancel your membership, Alan. I'm going to be really upset. Thank you for joining Remixer Darken. I appreciate you becoming a new member of the channel. You are a true American hero, if you're even in America. I always forget half the time that people don't live in America. They still watch my channel. All right, let's see. How to evade taxes. Yeah, good luck. Let's see. Strongman going to sue for defamation soon. Yeah. Oh, what assets does Alan have? Bro's probably got a Robinhood account with $500 in Bitcoin. Yo, what's up, bro? What's up, baby doll? Fake Alien says, I farted out a 42-second short and got 34 subs on it. Hire me as a YouTube consultant instead of Alan. No, I just love hearing Alan's nonsense advice. I only listen to him. Like I said yesterday, without him, I would have no channel. I would be nowhere. I'd be nothing. I'd be a loser, a failure, a clown. Okay. But no, I was actually pretty busy today. I did some Army stuff, and tax season's kicking up. I got a couple corporations that I'm working on. I got 2 tax consults tonight. But you know what? I only got 1 super chat last night, so I guess I'm cooked. I guess it's over. In YouTube, I feel having a rigid plan actually makes one less interesting. You need to have a fun, be flexible, be unique while keeping attention. That's my hypothesis, at least. No, you're 100% right. I mean, you have to have like a general idea Like you have to have some kind of routine, obviously, which I have. Like I have a general plan, but you're not going to have like everything perfectly fleshed out on your first live stream doing anything. I mean, even with this, like when I first did this, right? I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a stream where I'm going to ask for $10 super chats to cover any topics. And I did the stream and I got like $130. I'm like, whoa. And then people started complaining about like sales tax on super chats. So I said, oh, maybe I could put a Venmo link, you know? So now I post the Venmo link. It's a process, okay? You evolve over time. I guess Alan thinks this is like a military operation. I've told you what you need to talk about. You did. Alan, you gave me nothing, okay? You gave me nothing. You didn't. I asked you for a topic. Did you email me? I didn't see it. I didn't see a topic. I didn't see a title. You're failing me, man. I'm going to have to hire a fake alias instead of you. Andrew Marshall got clapped on Dave. What happened to Dave? Let's go check out Dave. Dave, my rave. Dave stock. Ooh, damn. Wasn't it like 215 a couple days ago? Yeah, it's basically just trading sideways. Yeah, look at that chart, man. I mean, look at that chart. I don't like those type of charts. I know it's irrational. I know it's doesn't matter. Past performance is not indicative. But this charts like this scare me. Okay, like about to go bankrupt, basically, and then insane, massive recovery. But no, for the past year, it's basically been trading sideways. I mean, obviously, they had a good run up in looks like May 2025, but it's basically been trading sideways. But you know, their next earnings report, they could do well. I don't know. It's too early to tell there, buccos. I mean, like, I can see the bull case of this company. I really do get it. It's basically making a fortune off of brokies, but not a fan of what they do. They're kind of gross. And just, I don't think this is an individual stock I would buy. It's just not my vibe, bro. Especially after that run up. That's concerning. Hold on, people are texting me. All right, tax stuff. Tax stuff. Woo. It's about to get busy, boys. Yeah, tomorrow I drive home and then I get my kids at night. So I can't do content tomorrow. And then Sunday, I guess in the morning I could do some stuff. But obviously it can't be a market open because it's not open. So I don't know. And then Sunday night I'm busy. Monday I got to go sign a document. It's getting crazy, people. It's getting crazy. I don't know if I can handle it. But hey, we'll work it out. Hans, you wanted the clowns. More clapping will happen. You warned. Hey, yo. I could easily afford the 574. So thank you, good sir. See, now you get all your comments read. How could you possibly not like that? It's such a great deal. No problem. My silver short is shaping up. I'm going to clap some silver cheeks. You know what, Gil? I wish you the best on that, okay? I'm great, Hans. Added more to my silver short. How are you, brother? Gil, do you use Robinhood? Serious question. Is Robinhood your main brokerage? Do you even have like a big boy brokerage, or do you literally just have Robinhood? All right, Gil's down a little bit on his silver short. You're recovering silver down today. I expect to be up 30% on it within 4 weeks or sooner. Gil, he can read the future, bro. He just knows, bro. And Trump's got his back. Trump watches these streams, and whatever serves Gil's portfolio, Trump does something on the global stage. Best of luck. VT is perfectly neutral today, by the way. 0 changes. What happened to VT? Let's go look at VT. VT, my PP. Good old VT. Wow. It was literally flat. You're right. Still up year to date. I mean, it's 145. That's crazy. Give me one more 20% year. Oh, please, daddy. Please, daddy. Not bad. Oh, we beat U.S. stocks today. We beat U.S. stocks today. How unfortunate. How unfortunate for U.S. shills. Let's see. It's down 17% in a week. These clowns probably made a ton of capital mindset Discord go all in it. Are you in the Discord? Do you know? I highly doubt they're going all in on silver. Okay. Capital mindset doesn't strike me as like a precious metals group. If they saw Andrew go up 40% in it, imagine what the other clowns will do. Well, I always say never follow anybody into an investment unless it's VT. Never do that. Because some people, they'll buy something early and they'll make a ton of money. And then they talk about it. You're like, oh, wow, he made a lot of money. So now I want to make a lot of money. And it's like, you might have missed the train there, bucko. But you won't expose them because you're biased and the client. Dude, you think I'm in Capital Mindset's Discord just tracking all their moves? You think I have a Capital Mindset Discord tracker? Okay, I actually have stuff to do. Bro, you didn't expose some random guy in his Discord, bro. This is worse than what Jeremy did. I highly disagree. Highly disagree with that. Ignore the haters, man. Listen to constructive criticism, which happens here, but rare. Overall, be proud of your success as well on YouTube. It's a big achievement following you since. Thank you very. See, somebody actually has something positive to say. Okay, but don't worry, I'm used to it. Okay, I could be emperor of the universe. Okay, I could have 1 million subscribers. I could make $10,000 a day on YouTube. People would still talk trash. It doesn't matter. It's never good enough. Okay. It's never good enough. It's like a bunch of chicks. More. Even fake alias was in like 20% of his portfolio in it. Are you in their Discord? Like, how do you know? I'm in, and I got in for free. Hans, why doesn't Strongman expose his buddies promoting degeneracy investing? You know, Gil, if you do a sponsored video for $45, I'll expose them. Okay. I'll do it. Send me $45. Sponsored video, bro. Strongman needs to be told off by his members. Yeah, that's all I get from my members. Usually people like a YouTuber and they'll sign up for their membership to support them. In my YouTube, all my members are trash talkers. Gifted one Strongman. Thank you very much. Who's the lucky member? Let's see. Who is the lucky member? Ugh. I just saw a disgusting thumbnail. God damn. All right. The new lucky member is Teddy K. Welcome back, Teddy K. You are a new member of the channel for a month. Let's see. Gil will be down 30% on. Gil never misses, bro. He never misses. He always wins. Not going to lie. I haven't seen a great daily index chart in a long time. I've seen it a couple times with VT. I mean, it is pretty rare where the market doesn't move at all throughout the day, but I've seen it before. Vu is the best. VT is a distant second. That is blasphemy. How dare you say that? Major Tao, you were completely wrong on Bitcoin and looked like an absolute fool. I love how Gil, he uses like really short-term price fluctuations. Like, let's say Bitcoin goes up 5% in a week. He's like, oh, bro, I was right about Bitcoin, bro. Totally. That's how it works. I was up 0.41% today, but I guess Gil beat me. Gil always beats you, bro. You can't win against Gil. I am satisfied with my portfolio performance so far this year. At this point, I don't even care if the market crashes. I really don't. I mean, I have what, 92,000 in treasuries now. I just bought 2,000 more. 92,000. I mean, I might even start buying back VT if I get over 100,000 in treasuries. That's probably sufficient, but we shall see. Cloud Strongman, I'm talking about Dave. Oh, excuse me. To be fair, Andrew's cost basis is still a decent amount lower than its current price. Fake Alias's cost basis is 190. Yeah. Even if I was a stock picker, I'd probably sit out Dave. Fake Alias, the point I'm trying to make is if viewers see Andrew Marshall go up 40% in Dave, that shows how high conviction and they will do even worse. And Gil, what do you think you're doing, bro? You're literally every single live stream, like every week, you're posting a new thing to go long or short. You're doing this. You're actually more degenerate, bro. If people follow you, they're going to get nuked. You change your thesis every week. It's insane. And going even bigger. I've seen it happen all the time. Gil, I'll pay for a video to personally debate you. Gil's not going to do it. I've tried to get Gil to debate Dan, which would be absolutely hilarious. He won't do it. I've tried to have him come on to my channel. He paid enough in super chats. I said, Gil, you can just come on my channel and debate me. He didn't do it. He's scared, bro. He's quaking in his boots. So I wouldn't even pay because I'm just going to have to send you your money right back. Major Tao is a yes or no question. Were you completely wrong on what you told me on Bitcoin? I don't even know what you're talking about. Let's see. Fake Alien says, you're talking about going 100% in on margin, shorting a commodity. No, capital mindsets are they're the true degenerates, bro. Gil is perfectly rational. This comment section's insane. Trade the 50-week and 200-week Gil. Good luck trading. I don't run a Discord or talk show where people will blindly follow me. There's a difference. I also didn't build an audience talking about why these other investors are bad and we are good. Then guide the flock to Dave, Evolution Gaming, and Hitty to get clapped. Well, it's too early to see. Major General Tao for $2. I'll pay for a video to personally debate Gil. Gil, you have to pledge. You have to pledge that you will come on here and debate Major General Tao. I'll be the moderator, okay? And you can't be a bad boy. You can't say bad words. You can't pull out your dong. You can't go full skits. But if you want to come on here and debate somebody, I will host the debate. I would like you to debate Dan. I think that would be the best content ever. I think that would be more entertaining than me and Meet Kevin. That'd be awesome. You have to debate Dan. Just do it. Stop being a bussy, okay? If you're so strong in your convictions and you're so sure of yourself, debate people, okay? I respect people that debate me face to face. Even if they're a grifter, at least I can respect them for having the balls to come on and debate me. I respect that immensely. People that hide are bussies. They are and always will be bussies. So grow some freaking balls. But no, I wouldn't pay. I don't think he's going to come on. Unless you just want to give me money. Strong ma'am. Funny thing is, you ignore the fact that people have came here thanking me for making money, including prediction markets, Alan Carlson. Yes. Yes, our hero. Did Gil release his game yet? I was gone for a month, so I haven't caught up. He has one game that I saw, and apparently he's working on another one. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know why he's so scared to just like publicly release his game. Like, why are you so scared to release your game? Oh, I'm going to get doxxed, bro. Okay. You can't hide. It's impossible to hide nowadays. That's why I just use my freaking name. I don't care. You're going to get doxxed. If somebody wants to dox you, they'll dox you. It's just how it is. Fake Alien says, you're literally trying to bully people into following you and talk about it publicly more than most content creators. Andrew at least has presentations and discusses a thesis versus trust me, bro. I mean, buying a 2X short silver, I don't see anything wrong with that, bro. That's not degenerate at all. One of the biggest IPOs is coming this year, Databricks. You're welcome. VT will include it automatically. That is true. Databricks. Never go full dong. Only I can go full dong. I am the dong. And I am long. I actually secretly like Gil, but he needs some paternal guide. Yeah, he needs a little bit of a spanking. You know, he needs daddy to come in and lay down the law. Yes, daddy, I'm sorry. I'll be a good boy, please. Is Databrick going to brick your data? What is that? Let's go look at Databrick. Never heard of that in my life. Let's see. What is Databrick? Databricks. Databricks is a unified cloud-based analytics platform that combines data warehousing and data lake, I don't know what that means, capabilities to simplify big data processing, AI, and analytics built on Apache Spark. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of terminology I do not understand here. Let's do a deeper dive. Who currently uses Databricks? Databricks is used by over 20,000 organizations worldwide, including more than 60% of the Fortune 500, including Adobe, Atlassian, Salesforce, and Block. Oh, MasterCard, JP Morgan, NASDAQ, Morgan Stanley, Walmart, McDonald's. Man, they got a little lineup here. Look at this. List some of the financial metrics for Databricks. Revenue growth, profitability, and others. Wow. Databricks, a private company, has shown strong financial momentum with a $4.8 billion revenue run rate as of late 2025, representing over 55% year-over-year growth. The company is also achieving positive free cash flow and strong gross margins. Wow, look at this. Look at this data here. It's so freaking easy to read. 80% gross margins, 55% year-over-year revenue growth, positive free cash flow, net retention rate of 140%, company valuation $134 billion. Wow. Price to sales of 9? Yeah, roughly 9.5. Not crazy. Are they profitable? Profitable on a cash flow basis. Okay. When does Databricks IPO? Early 2026. Databricks CEO Ali Ghodsi confirmed in late February the company is IPO ready with the necessary internal structures in place. Databricks has not yet publicly filed an S1 registration statement. Yeah, I mean, if you want to look at it, you got to look at the registration statement. Those are super detailed. So for a company about to IPO, that's what you want to look at. All right, so I guess they don't have a date locked in yet. As of December 2025, they closed a $4 billion Series L funding round, giving it a valuation of $135 billion. Wow. Interesting stuff. I mean, some of the financial metrics look really good. I mean, yeah, they may not be profitable on a GAAP basis, but that's pretty common with software companies, especially when you have like lots of stock-based compensation, which I'm sure they will. They're usually not profitable, but that also comes at a cost. When you have a lot of stock-based compensation, the company has to buy back shares in order to keep the float level, which consumes free cash flow that could go to current shareholders. So stock-based compensation is not free. It's not. You either get diluted or they have to buy back stock just to keep the float the same. So it ain't as free and amazing as you might think. But what do I know? I'm just an accountant. I'm just a clown. Let's see. All right, we're talking about Databricks. What is the game? I used to have stage fright too, Gil. I'll go super easy on you and not going to get personal. Yeah, I have stage fright. You know, you get rid of stage fright, you go on stage, okay? I've been doing this so long, I don't rehearse anything. I just show up, bro. And I let the words flow like a rapper, like I'm at a rap battle. I think Gil is actually smart for preserving his anonymity. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a fan of that. Databricks, my bag of fake alias, you bring great points, but let's bring up some facts. I'm down 6% since my silver short was announced, and Dave is down 17% since that public display of conviction. Oh, we're comparing short-term fluctuations here. My ASST call recovered from its bottoming. I even told people to sell. Gil, how much did you lose on that? You were so sure it was going to the moon. Gil, I made a lot of mistakes financially. I'm not trying to put you down. My Bitcoin play was good. Leverage Bitcoin long. Leverage silver short. What could go wrong? Correct. My 2x leverage silver short. I'm down less than Dave. Gil's just a genius, bruh. I've made mistakes as well. Oh, what's up, Stepsis? What's up with your Virginia Senator Warner's propaganda saying Trump has turned NATO against us because they sent troops to Greenland? He left out that the UK, France, and Norway sent 6 combined troops. That is what we call lying by omission, okay? Now, if you're opposed to Trump, here's how it works. No matter what he does, you always put a negative spin on it. He could cure cancer, and you find a negative spin. He could become emperor of the universe. He could make America the most abundant nation, far and beyond what it is now. They always find negative news. That's how it works, okay? Politics is extremely dishonest. So all the little liberals are freaking out. They're like, we're going to go to war with NATO, and then NATO's going to collapse, and then Russia's going to take over Europe, and we're all going to die. And the reality is these countries sent like 6 people to Greenland. I mean, Denmark, hold on a minute. Let's go look at Denmark's like GDP and stuff. Hold on. Let's do some AI research here, okay? How much is Trump offering to buy Greenland for? Let's do AI mode. I always trust AI without any questions. Okay, the administration is actively discussing an acquisition plan with an estimated price tag, $700 billion. Okay? So they pay $700 billion, which is more than half of the current U.S. Defense Department's annual budget. You know, by the way, we actually bought other parts of America. You ever heard of the Louisiana Purchase? We bought it. We bought that like half the freaking country from France, like in the early 1800s. You guys know that? A plan is being explored to offer up to $100,000 to each of Greenland's approximately 57,000 residents. This incentive aims to encourage secession from Denmark and closer ties with the United States. Okay. Response from Denmark. Both Danish and Greenlandic leaders have rejected the idea, saying that Greenland is not for sale. Everything is for sale, except for my booty, and emphasizing their right to self-determination. The U.S. previously attempted to buy Greenland in 1868 for $5.5 million. And in 1946, this is not new. What is the GDP of Denmark? Okay, so if we paid Denmark $700 billion, that's more than a year of their GDP. That's more than a year of their national income. What is Denmark's total government debt? The national government debt was 141 billion US dollars. They would make a fortune. How much of Denmark's GDP comes from Greenland? I don't know if they smash it all together or what. Greenland is an autonomous territory and is not included in Denmark's official GDP. What is the GDP of Greenland? $3 to $4 billion. What is the value of Greenland? Why does America want to buy it? I'm sure it's rare earths, strategic value. All right, well, we didn't get a proper answer there, but I'm sure we want to get access to the rare earths and just expand the national territory. So we're offering to pay Denmark more than their entire GDP. We would wipe out their national debt like 5 times over. Are they really, what are they using Greenland for? Are they extracting the rare earths? Hold on. What? Explain the economy of Greenland. Ooh. Fisheries. Greenland receives an annual subsidy from Denmark known as the Block Grant, which is roughly $610 million. This grant funds roughly 20% of Greenland's GDP and more than half of its governmental revenue. Okay, so they have stagnant growth, untapped potential, critical minerals. They're just sending money to it. And they're not even extracting the minerals. I mean, maybe a little bit. There's some Greenland mining stocks, but I think the U.S. could probably use it a lot better. Just being honest, okay? I think we could extract a lot more value out of Greenland than Denmark can. But hey, oh my God, we're going to go to war with NATO, bro. We're going to go to war with NATO. But yeah, to answer your question, yep. I mean, it doesn't matter. Trump, orange man, bad. That's how it works. Politics is lying. The whole point of politics is to have a better lie to convince people to vote for you. People are stupid. That guy lies better. I want to vote for him. Wish I could show this silver chart to you clowns. Please don't. All right. We are familiar with the silver chart, my dude. Silver is such an obvious long gill until May. I mean, obviously, silver at some point is going to have a correction, okay? When? I have no idea. You said similar things of Bitcoin. Now it's at 95K. 700 billion is about 11.5 million per Greenlander, by the way. Yeah, I mean, the money wouldn't go to the Greenlanders necessarily, but you saw Greenland's GDP or Denmark's GDP and national debt. to sell an island that they're just sending money to and not really using it to its best potential. I might not be a bad deal. But no, we're going to go to war with NATO, bro. Oh, my God. Trump's starting a global war. I'll believe it when I see it. And obviously, Europe can't fight out. Like, we would crush Europe. We have units in Europe. We are occupying Europe. I don't know if you guys knew that. After World War II, we conquered Germany, and then we kept troops there to fight the Soviets, and we're still there to this day. And now we're gearing up again to, deter Russia. Like, we occupy Europe. I would know. I live there. Yeah, I don't think Denmark's making very good use of their stuff. Spend a few minutes on the story of how Andrew Jackson took Florida, bro. Amazing. Well, I'm not super familiar with it, so we're going to have to do our trusty dusty AI, which you should always trust. Let's see. Tell the story of how Andrew Jackson took over Florida. All right, let's see it. This guy's kind of a Chad. Andrew Jackson was central to the United States acquisition of Florida, using unauthorized military invasions in 1818 to pressure the Spanish into seceding or ceding the territory through the Adams-Onis Treaty of 1819. How dare he? I wish Spain still had Florida. What a bigot. Spain's control over Florida was weak, and the territory became a refuge for escaped slaves and a base for Seminole and Creek Native American raids on U.S. settlements in Georgia. Guys, there's Native Americans coming into Georgia and slaughtering people, but we can't do anything because that would be an illegal invasion, bro. Jackson first invaded Spanish Florida in November 1814 to push British forces out of Pensacola, which the neutral Spanish had allowed them to occupy. Okay, so that was during the War of 1812? First Seminole War. In December 1817, President James Monroe authorized Jackson to lead a campaign against the Seminoles along the border. They're only raiding and killing people, bro. Let's just let him do that because diversity. But explicitly instructed him not to attack Spanish forts. Interpreting his orders loosely, he invaded Florida, burned Native American villages. Back then we used to be Chads, okay? We would never do that now. Captured the Spanish forts of St. Mark's and Pensacola and deleted 2 British citizens accused of inciting Native Americans. I bet you they were. Jackson's aggressive, unauthorized actions sparked a U.S. cabinet crisis, with some officials demanding his censure. Yeah, I don't think most generals would do that nowadays. Back then, I guess people didn't care as much. Nowadays, like generals, they're going to do exactly what the politicians tell them to. You want to know why? Because the generals want their pensions, and then when they retire, they want a cushy government job, or they want to be in a think tank or something like that, okay? The last thing the generals are going to do is defy the commanders because they have so much invested in the military. If you disobey, you do something that the leaders don't want you to do, oh, you could get a demotion, you could lose your pension, you could be expelled from government employment, you could be totally screwed. So they actually have like chains on the generals, okay? They actually have them locked down financially. That sweet check, baby. However, Secretary of State John Quincy Adams defended Jackson's actions as necessary self-defense. I had to attack those forts, bro. It was self-defense. Arguing that Spain failed to control its territory as required by treaty. Okay. Adams used Jackson's military presence as leverage in negotiations with Spanish Minister Don Luis de Onís, presenting Spain with an ultimatum: either effectively police Florida or cede it to the United States. Spain, struggling with internal issues and rebellions in its other American colonies, recognized it could not defend the distant territory and chose to negotiate. I mean, Spain, you think the British colonized the Americas? The Spanish and the Portuguese, they were the big daddies. I wonder why all of South America speaks Spanish and Brazil speaks Portuguese. The resulting treaty officially transferred East and West Florida to the United States. In return, the U.S. agreed to assume $5 million in claims by U.S. citizens against Spain and recognize Spanish sovereignty over Texas for now. After the treaty's ratification, Andrew Jackson was appointed as the U.S. military governor. On July 17, 1821, he formally presided over the transfer of authority in Pensacola, where the Spanish flag was lowered and the American flag was raised, completing the process of U.S. acquisition. Wow, doesn't that just stir some patriotism in your heart, people? Oh my God, why would you do that? No, give Florida back to Spain. Yeah. Denmark also has extremely high taxes, above 50%. But I heard their services are excellent, so it somewhat compensates, though I'd rather get decent services for 1/3 of my salary. I mean, I'm not a fan of like super high tax governments, okay? Because what it does is you're forced to pay it. You don't have a choice. So you don't have a choice in healthcare. You got to probably pay massive social insurance for probably some scam freaking pension. Like, I would at least like the freedom to use some of my income to spend it as I wish, as opposed to the government just taxing me to death. Like, but I get free childcare and this and that. Okay, I'm sure you get some benefits out of it, but you don't have a choice. You don't have a choice at all because the government's taking a huge percentage of your income. It's like, and you can't, it's really hard, I guess, to do self-employment over there, you know, because the taxes are so freaking high. Greenland has no GDP. Yeah, barely anything. They have some fisheries, bro. And I guess a couple mining stocks, a couple mining companies, but they're definitely not using the resources to the fullest. Do you support a Trump third term? I do. I 100% would love if he stayed as the emperor of America. He needs to go harder, though. He's not going hard enough. He's just not. Okay? He's being a little bussy. Awesome deal for Denmark. No, we're going to go to war, bro. Europe's going to defeat us, bro. No, Gil. A third term is on the table. Yes, sir. Bring it. Hope you guys realize this is more likely than it seems. A Trump third term. I mean, he is getting kind of old, you know. Honestly, I think, you know, just based on his age, he should probably pick somebody else to take over the next election. You know, some kind of like hand-picked protege. But, I mean, would it bother me if he had a third term? No. But it's in the Constitution. Okay, amend it. Trump wants the USA to look bigger on the world map. I mean, USA can mine minerals and put as many bases as they want on Greenland. I mean, it is kind of cool, though. Like, imagine you look at a U.S. map, right? And you see this big, beautiful island, and it's got the U.S. flag colors on it. I think it's pretty cool, okay? And it's not like we invaded it and wiped out all the natives. Like, if we buy it, okay, we bought it. I think it's pretty cool, personally. But, you know, Orange Man, bad. Whatever he does, always bad. Bro was playing Minecraft before Minecraft, burning villages for no reason. Well, it said the natives were raiding into Georgia. But you know how diversity brain people works. Their minds work. It's always the Europeans' fault for everything. I mean, if the USA wanted to acquire Yukon territory from Canada and got a whole bunch of dollars, I wouldn't necessarily. Yeah, see, I don't think it's that big of a deal if they can just buy it. I mean, I think Trump is just kind of like, I don't think we're going to go to war with NATO. I don't think we're going to. I mean, that would be a very stupid thing to do. I think he's just blustering. Jackson would blow a fuse if he saw American policy today. Oh, we're very soft and weak now. Like you look at those rioters up in Minnesota or whatever. We need to stomp these people. We need to crack down hard AF on these freaking communist clowns. All they do is they go out there, they disrupt the ICE officers, they're shouting in their face, they're blowing whistles at them, they're parking their cars in front of them, constantly harassing them. And then when they provoke the ICE officers, they act like they're the victims. You know, if you go up to somebody and you're harassing them and talking trash to them, you might actually get hit. That's how the world works, okay? You think I go around just talking trash to people's faces? And you think I have crocodile tears if I got punched after talking trash to somebody's face? No, that's how it happened. You don't do that, okay? But we got to save the illegals. Yeah, open borders, bro. Just no immigration enforcement at all. Just anybody can come in from anywhere at any time they want. No vetting, nothing. It makes no sense. It just doesn't make sense. I don't know how you justify illegal immigration. I will never understand that. Well, I understand why they do it. But like objectively, logically, it makes no sense. But of course, we're not dealing with objective people here. We're dealing with very biased people that have a very clear agenda. We'll just hope Greenland will become an independent someday. They'll join America, bro. But government overreach deficits are efficient. Well, if we took on $700 billion of debt and we bought a huge island with trillions of dollars of mineral wealth, I think that's a good investment, okay? Now, if we just printed $700 billion and spent it on nonsense, okay, that's stupid. But if you're buying an asset with debt, that's not necessarily a bad thing. And U.S. debt isn't that expensive. Okay, what are the treasury yields now? Treasury yields. So, okay, the yield for the 3-month is 3.63%. Imagine borrowing $700 billion for 3.63%. Even the 30-year, 4.84%. To borrow $700 billion, that's a pretty low yield. That's a pretty low rate. Okay? I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think we spent worse things with the government, like the wars in the Middle East. I think that was a bad way to spend money. But hey, I got paid while I was there, so I got a little piece of that government debt right into my pocket. You know what I'm saying? CPP, the Canada Pension Plan, which has been one of the best performing funds in the world. CPP. Let me look into that. Let's go check out the CPP. Why don't we? Okay. CPP? What is the CPP? Canadian Pension Plan. It's probably better than America's, just like their TFSA is better than America's IRA by far. This might be good too. It's a mandatory earnings-related social insurance program providing retirement, disability, and survivor benefits to most working Canadians. Sounds like Social Security. Funded by contributions from employees, employers, and the self-employed. Also like America. You know, if you're self-employed, you still pay into Social Security, right? You pay self-employment tax on your business profit. If you're a sole proprietor, for example. And that is your Social Security tax. It's a key part of Canada's retirement system. Wonder how much they put in. How much do employees and employers contribute each year? All right, tier 1 earnings up to 74,600, 5.95% for employee and employer. That's lower than America. This is applied to earnings between the 3,500 basic exemption and the 74,600 ceiling. There's no exemption in America. Okay, that's not that bad. Tier 2, between 74,000 and 85,000, 4% for both employer. Okay, so it's like it goes down the more income you make. That's not bad. All right. Yeah, that's lower than America's. I hate self-employment tax. They literally just take my money. They take your money and they just send it to old people. That's it. What is the money invested in? I wonder if they invested in securities. The money in the Canadian pension plan is invested globally across a broadly diversified portfolio of assets, by far superior to America's. You know what America's is invested in? The trust fund is in treasuries, special treasuries. It doesn't own a single stock. And we're actually depleting the trust fund because we're paying out more than we're taking in payroll taxes. Make a chart comparing the Canadian pension plan to the USA's Social Security. Canada's, I mean, when it comes to like finances, I think Canada's got it right. They're doing pretty good. We designed like the worst system. Okay. Max monthly benefit. Okay, that is one downside, is the max benefit is very low. Now in America, it's kind of crazy to me. The more money you make, the more you get in Social Security when you retire. So you have some boomers collecting $4,000 a month, or even more if they have a spouse. So you have rich boomers that have made a ton of money in their working lives, and then they're getting $4,000 a month on top of that. Do they really need that? I wonder why the program's having financial issues. But yeah, the Canadian one pays out a lot lower. Ooh, that's kind of a low payment. I don't like that. Okay, full retirement age, a little bit younger than America. You can start claiming at 60. Let's see. Well, okay, here's another reason, though. So Canada's pays out lower, right? Like the payment, the max benefit is lower, but the earnings ceiling is higher. So in America, you have to pay payroll taxes on up to $184,000 of income, and that goes up every year with inflation. In Canada, you cap out, it looks like an $85,000. So I actually like that better, because if you make $184,000 in America and then you make $184,000 in Canada, well, after the $85,000 of income, it sounds like that remaining $100,000 you don't pay any of the tax on, so you can invest it however you want. In America, you have to pay 6.2% all the way up to $184,500. And if you're self-employed, you pay both. That's right. If you're an S corporation, when you run payroll from your S corporation, you're paying the corporation side and you're withholding and remitting the employee side as well. If you're a sole proprietor, all of your tax is subject to self-employment tax. Any profit is subject to self-employment tax, up to $184,000 freaking dollars. And then, of course, look how they're invested. The Canadians put it in global assets. Amerifats put it in U.S. treasuries. It's such a garbage program. All right. In Canada, the CPP is only one part of the retirement safety net. Most retirees also receive old age security, a residency-based benefit. Is CPP, is it mandatory? Yeah. I mean, I think they're smarter about how they do it. At least they invest the assets in something that's not stupid. Like treasuries, bro. Freaking clowns. Yeah. Well, it's definitely performing better than U.S. treasuries, I can tell you that. Pam Bondi is a weakness cabinet member. She has done next to nothing. I like Stephen Miller the best. He's my favorite. A third term would ruin the legislative branch. Vance will win anyway. Trump's just getting old, just being honest. I mean, he's still got, another 3 years to go? His brains might be fried by then. Imagine if the world had the First Amendment. We don't even have the First Amendment. It's a meme. There's no freedom in America. It's all an illusion. Tom Holman, Scott Bessent, Bobby Kennedy, Marco Rubio have been great. Stephen Miller, bro, he's my favorite. I look at average taxes, but yes, in Denmark, certain things are publicly handled and may not be in the U.S. I mean, it's a balance. It's a balance. Canada, though, from 2005 to 2025, average taxes went from 34 to 43%, and services worsens. I wonder if that has something to do with immigration. Yes, Hans, I'm using all tax types. And it's hard to figure out, like, total tax burden. Because, like, in America, people focus on federal income tax, but most Americans don't really pay federal income tax. Even if they have a tax liability, it usually gets offset by credits. So really, the main tax that a lot of working Americans are paying is Social Security. They're either paying Social Security. Well, they're definitely paying Social Security. They're paying property tax. Either they're paying it directly for the home they own, or they're paying it as rent, because it's probably included in the rent, of course. They pay sales tax. But the average American doesn't pay much in federal tax. The combined army of Europe is probably similar to the USA, maybe a bit smaller. Yeah, but I think a lot of their weapons are sourced from the U.S. military, and there's a lot of different countries. So it's harder to coordinate a bunch of different countries together to fight a unified war against the United States. I just don't think it's going to happen. Only about 15% of my check goes to income tax, but then there's payroll taxes, sales tax, gas taxes baked into prices, excise tax, sugar tax, property tax. Yep, exactly. You do pay a lot of tax. You pay a lot of tax. It's a great purchase. I agree. Yes, TFSAs are OP. I'm maxing that. For Iowa, 100% agree. I think they're pretty good. Then I'll pour in an FHSA and RRSP. I do remember seeing marginal tax rates of 93% happen in the U.S. after World War II, but that was on extremely high earners, like millions a year of personal income in today's dollars. Yeah, I mean, if you inflation adjusted that tax bracket would probably apply to very few people. And most billionaires might not even have to pay a lot of tax. Most billionaires are wealthy because they have stock in publicly traded companies. How do you tax stock? Well, you can't tax it unless you sell it at a gain. Or you can tax, obviously, you could do a corporate income tax, right? That's how you tax companies. But if you just own a bunch of stock and you never sell it and you don't pay yourself any dividends, how do you tax billionaires? I don't know. Wealth tax, bro. Nowadays, anything in that bracket would just go through a business instead. Yep. No one wants to pay. Oh, yeah. I mean, if you had that kind of tax rate, obviously you're not going to work anymore. The grifters that run those funds are legendary. What funds? Canada's? Sadly, we got RRQ here instead of CPP, but it's mostly similar. Can't fully retire on it, but it helps. I wish I didn't have to pay into Social Security at all. You give me back my 12.4%. Oh, I'll put it to good use. Don't worry. Social Security buying treasuries is actually a kind of QE if you think about it. steadily purchasing of treasuries to keep demand up and rates lower. That's probably some of the justification, but now they're depleting the trust fund. The trust fund's actually going down because money comes in from workers. It gets paid out to old people, but not enough money is coming in. So they have to dip into the trust fund. So they actually have to divest of some of the securities. So who's America going to borrow from? I don't know. Well, they have all sorts of tricks they do to like kind of like stealth QE, I guess you could call it. Like federal employees, they can put money in what's called the G fund in their retirement accounts. That's government debt. So the U.S. government borrows from employees. They borrow from the Social Security Trust Fund. Obviously, they borrow from pension plans, individual people, corporations. But a decent chunk is like intergovernmental debt. Yep, income tax is a gross way to tax. It correctly assumes people will spend based on their income, and then there's sales tax. Sales tax. I hate sales tax. The main reason we have income tax is because it's by far the biggest revenue source for the state. Yeah, I pay a decent amount. I was actually doing tax planning for next year, and my Virginia tax liability is going to be roughly the same as my federal tax liability because I get so many credits on the federal side that the amount I'm paying for Virginia versus federal is roughly the same, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. Yep, just like when we put tariffs on the U.S., pickles became $7 overnight. What are we going to do without pickles, bro? Bro popped my CPA cherry on that consult yesterday. I was nervous AF. I know. I was nervous too. That was a quick consultation though. Okay. I like it when it's quick. You know, some people, they're like suspicious of you, like you're going to steal from them or scam them. I'm just like, all right, let me look at your taxes. Do you have any questions? Okay, here's your quote. Move on. You know, that's what I like. I like that. But yes, that was a good tax consultation. 0 complaints. Beef was cooked way before 2025, but yes, I don't even buy beef anymore, dude. I'm done with beef. I'm a chicken man now. Did you see NYC token? I need to cover that. Let me add that to my grifter list. Hold on a minute. I need to add that to one of my video topics. NYC token. Who launched the NYC token? Hold on a minute. NYC token sponsor. Launched by former mayor Eric Adams, promoting a social impact token for fighting anti-Semitism and funding blockchain education. He's a good person. Yes. He's saving the world. Disgusting scammer. Doesn't matter, though. It's America, bruh. As long as you have money, that's all that matters. You steal it, whatever. Doesn't matter, bruh. You have money, you're a winner. But its recent debut was marred by a massive price crash. Shocker. Allegations of a rug pull. Really? And questions about the involvement of his allies, like Frank Carone, Italian, with Adams denying profiting and blaming market volatility. Okay, I'm going to add this to my list. Hold on. Under Grifter, I'll put Eric Adams, and then I'll put NYC token, and then I'll just need to find a video or an article to go over. See, I've already got 10 video topics ready and waiting for the Daily Clown Report. What a freaking loser. I'm so sick. Like, people just keep falling for it. It just never ends. Somebody has a token. It launches. It collapses. Everybody accuses them of rug pull. The launching person denies it. It's just the same thing. It's just so stupid by now. Like, it's just tiring. It's almost not even newsworthy. Oh, somebody launched a meme coin. I tested in QC. If you're making about 100K with no dependents, you have about 57K left ever taxes, suggesting a 43% overall tax rate. That's pretty brutal. Honestly, I don't pay that much in tax because I have kids and daycare, and I put money in their college fund, so that's a deduction. Like, I don't pay a lot of tax. But if you don't have kids and you're single, yeah, you're paying a lot of tax. Imagine if America was never taxed beyond the rate of national GDP growth. We gotta fund the government, bro. We gotta fund Social Security for grandma so she can live to 155 and just soak up all that money. We gotta pay for the military, bro. 1.5 trillion, bro. Yeah, CBP bought a highway in Toronto. Now we all have to pay tolls on now. Hey, you'll get your money back. Give us a Meet Kevin review. We need a good laugh. Oh, he will be featured on the Daily Clown Report. I actually have a topic. So I noticed that Meet Kevin has now granted himself and other people stock options. That's right. Now House Hack has this huge stock options vesting schedule that they reported to the SEC. So I can't wait to dive in that in the Daily Clown Report. All right, I'll be right back. If you guys want a specific topic, Super Chat 10 or Venmo 9. But I'm going to go PP, and then we will resume shortly. And I have a consultation at 7, so we can go a little bit later, but I definitely need to be off probably by like 6:50.
Man, fuck Jeremy LaFave. I think it's time we put his channel in the grave. Dude is such a clown. Dude's the biggest meme. Planet 13 got him having wet dreams. The only thing he made his chick the next was his mortgage. He's gonna have to sell his Teslas in his storage. Tesla my ass up. Man, admit you got lucky. Your morals are yucky. $60 monthly from some sucker in Kentucky, making a few thousand monthly. You think robbing people of their savings is funny? Financial education more like chronic masturbation. Fuck that noise. Listen to my proclamation. Buy BT, buy BT. Buy BT, buy BT. Buy BT, buy BT. Strong man, that's my wicket, and we buying all day. Buy BT, buy BT. Buy BT, buy BT. Buy BT, buy BT. Strong man, that's my wicket, and we buying all day. BT, my BT. Fuck Win Resort. More like Lose Resort. Tattoo chef. Elf on a shelf. Suck a dick. Corsair. Your bitch got coarse hair. Yeah.
Daddy's back. Did you guys miss me for that minute? Did you guys go into convulsions? Let's see. All right, so we stopped here. There will be a video for Meet Kevin, but tax season is starting to pick up, okay? People pay me good money, and they are the priority. Sue me.
YouTube's a priority. Yeah, YouTube, yeah.
Yeah, YouTube pays me so much money, bro. This month, I'm getting $704 from YouTube. You know how much I get for one tax return? More than that. Some tax returns, not all of them. Candace Owens has responded to echoes from above. Candace Owens is a nut job, dude. If somebody watches Candace Owens, there's something wrong with them. Like their brain is just completely cooked. Nonstop conspiracy theory nonsense. Oh, the French are about to assassinate me. Oh my God. God, could you imagine being married to that woman? She's total psycho. You ever play the Final Fantasy series? I think I bought one game. I just didn't get into it. I didn't like it. Yeah, if I was self-employed, I'd pay myself a dividend for most of my income to avoid RRQ and invest that money myself instead. I don't know how it works for Canadian tax. I know how U.S. works. Usually the S-Corp is generally the better bet if you're like self-employed. Honestly, I should probably become an S-Corporation too. Because, I mean, you pay yourself payroll, reasonable compensation, and then any profit after that isn't subject to self-employment tax. You pay the payroll taxes on the wage that you pay yourself. So all you have to do, you have a business bank account, You sign up for a payroll provider like Gusto. You run payroll for yourself. You pay yourself, a reasonable salary based on the amount of work and services you provide to the corporation for the year. And then you save self-employment tax. The only downside is you got to pay payroll fees. You got to pay some payroll taxes like unemployment. You pay a little bit more in expenses, and then you have to pay more for a tax return. But I do my own taxes, so an S-Corp wouldn't be that expensive for me. So honestly, I probably am going to S-select. I can do it. You have until March 15th to do it and make it retroactive. If you don't do it by March 15th, you have to file a late election, which is annoying to fill out, but you can do it. The government should tax the loan when billionaires take a loan again. I just don't think taxing the billionaires is going to solve the national debt. I mean, the big issues are Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, the interest, and the military. Those are the big ones. I mean, most federal spending is mandatory. There's not much discretionary spending in the federal government. It's mostly just basically laws that never end, like Social Security. It's all on autopilot. Echoes is becoming more known in the political community. Well-deserved. I know he's a political genius. You can tax stock owner if he borrows on it. Currently, they don't. You can tax stock owner if he borrows on it. I mean, yeah, I guess. Candace Owens actually replied to that nobody that ever was known as Echoes from Above. What was a bum saying? I don't watch him. Echo, he's funny. He's a funny guy. He's so competitive too. It's like, he's obsessed with the algorithm. He's like, views. That's all he cares about. There's no like mission. There's no beliefs. There's nothing to teach. It's just every video. How do I maximize views? Which I get it. If you just want to make money, okay. But I don't think that's sustainable. Like if I just focus on maximizing views, I wouldn't do YouTube. I would hate it. I like doing this. I think the market opens are going to be fun. I think the market closes are going to be fun. I like roasting grifters. It's fun to me. But if I had to like constantly stress about the algorithm and making views, I just don't want to do that. That wouldn't be fun to me. Or like making like really refined videos. Not a fan. Daily Wire War. NYC token. I have to skip Mr. DH's comment. How unfortunate. Step Sips, some other big YouTuber, also covered Echoes. Quebec days are numbered, bro. He's blowing up in the political space if he keeps it up. Yeah, before you know it, he'll be an advisor to President Gavin Newsom. I'm not surprised. Echoes was born on a dog year. I don't know what that means. If you fall for celebrity coins at this point, you deserve to lose everything. They should just be banned, but we can't do that. This year is the horse year. What is this like voodoo nonsense? What are we talking about here? It makes perfect sense for Echoes to blow up this year. I'm his team year. I told you clowns, numerology is real. Doesn't Jeremy do that? He like, when he buys shares and stuff, he's like, oh, I got to buy 222,000 of shares. Weird, dude. Very weird. Someone says, what's up, strongman, long-time sub? What have you been up to lately? Army duty, tax season, kids. I got to drive home tomorrow. I get a 6-hour drive, and then I pick up my kids. Numerology is used for my predictions on the market. That's how you is this how you try to build wealth? You use numerology to pick stocks and short stuff. That is your strategy. The truth comes out. That's funny. So be cautious. All right, Bitcoin will crash this year. Okay. That's crazy. Echoes has no personality and so boring to watch. He doesn't come off as very bright either. I don't think he's high IQ. To be fair, if you're wealthy in Quebec and making $100K in dividends between TFSA and taxed, you'll probably pay less than $10K in total taxes with no payroll taxes. So it's just income that's cooked. That's true. That's kind of true in America too. Echoes was born on a dog year, and this is a horse year. The horse helps the dog. They are good friends. Gil, you are the best troll. You are a better troll than I am. You take the troll crown. Work income. Well, of course, work income's always like taxed way more. If you're very successful, like if you're self-employed and you're very successful, you're getting taxed to death. You're getting taxed to death. But if you're just a stockholder in a publicly traded corporation, you're not paying that high of a taxes. Fun fact for you guys. I didn't know that, Gil. Thank you. Kevin beyond irritating. Meat smoker? Yeah. I can't wait to dive into his little stock options thing. I always check the SEC filings every once in a while, and I saw that he had like stock options for himself and his wife. I didn't even know his wife worked for the company. Well, but if I make her a director, I can give her stock options too. I mean, if you believe in charts, surely you believe in numerology. This has more backing and has been used since ancient times. We're finally seeing Gil's logic here. It takes me a minute to get my piss started. How are you back already? Oh, it just comes out, bro. Just a steady Chad-like flow. Candace Owens needs solitude. Her brain she's God. I can't watch her. She's such an idiot. I know, right? My piss takes long too. You gotta put some pressure on it and force it out. Fake Alias says, I enjoy the YouTube game. It's fun to me. Yeah, I think YouTube's fun. You think I'd sit here and just blab for an hour and a half if I wasn't having fun? I hate editing, though. I hate it. If I edit, it's like very simple edits. Very simple. Like if I'm recording a video, I'll turn on OBS and then I'll open the screen. I'll do the video and then I'll shut off OBS. But it actually records the portion where you open the window after you turn on OBS. So I'll edit out like the first 5 seconds of a video that I record on a desktop, and I'll edit out like the last 5 seconds. That's all I do for editing. I don't have time for that. Oh, I got to add special sound effects. No, I would not do that. Fake Alias, what do you think of that bogus fraud claim that the ICE officer had internal bleeding? Echoes will set himself to the highest bidder. A lot of people will. Jeremy does that. Oh, yes. Jeremy's such a success, bro. A total lying, scamming fraud. Oh, but he's good at scamming, so he's good. Fakes Alias, it's such bogus, and isn't it? I don't believe it. All Echoes comments on now is the Daily Wire drama. I never liked the Daily Wire. I was never a fan of Ben Shapiro. I just think he's like a little weasel. Never really liked him. I like more extremist type of people, you know. I like the real hardcore guys.
First of all, strong man.
Echoes is blowing up on his team year. The horse year. You just stated Jeremy uses numerology as well, and it's been working out for him. Yeah, Jeremy's a scammer. Do you not see that? Are you still confused about this? Gil, sometimes I wonder if you're beyond help. I'm worried about you. Fake Alias, if you are a horse, you better do everything you want this year. This is your year to take action and be ambitious. Yeah, you can't be ambitious every year. You can only be ambitious when you're a horse on a certain year. Hope so. My channel is getting a lot more traction this month. Aiming to be monetized this year. You could. It's nice being monetized. Got $704 last month. Not bad. And I wasn't even posting that much. Imagine if I did this a lot more after tax season. It'd be nice to make like 3 or 4 grand a month off YouTube. I think that's an attainable goal. Okay. Attainable goal. And there really is no upper limit to YouTube. Like if I were to grow my tax business, it's a lot more headache. I got to hire people. I got to manage all this nonsense. It's a pain in the butt. But YouTube growth, it doesn't really add any more complexity. Like I could do a live stream just like this with 90 viewers. I can do a live stream like this with 10,000 viewers. But there's no change in complexity. I comment on almost all of Echo's videos about no one cares about Brett Cooper, Daily Wire dramas. Sometimes his fans come after me. You fools. Jeremy literally recovered his 3 million loss using numerology. Or maybe, Gil, we're in a crazy bull market. You ever consider that? Everybody's making money, bro. Unless you're shorting silver. Everybody's up, okay? You know what I never did? I never destroyed my entire portfolio buying Tattooed Chef. Am I hyped for the Civil War? There's not going to be a Civil War. Bingo. Echoes is exposing them and blowing up now, even as Candace Owens joining him. Candace Owens. I know strongly. Ben Shapiro is pretty... yeah, I'm not a fan of him. I never really liked him. He's a little weasel. I'm giving you facts to back my claims. I don't care. When Andrew Tate blew up on his enemy's years, he got arrested. You know, I'm going to change my investment philosophy. Numerology, bro. I guess that's the secret sauce. Well, I bought exactly 2 grand of treasuries today. Maybe I should cancel the order and buy 2222 of treasuries. Then I'll have better luck this year. I don't know what I was thinking earlier. Vitaly, the Russian YouTuber, he got arrested on his enemy years. Gil, you are a very special person. You want to stay low on your enemy year. Gil, please get the Powerball numbers for tomorrow. Yeah, Gil, I'm surprised you're not a trillionaire, man. I mean, numerology, it works, bro. Gil, you are losing me with your faith in numerology. He's one of the most insane trolls I've ever seen in my life. Like, shorting silver now is tantamount to doing that before that. Yeah. Not a good idea to do that. Step says, I'm going to give you this warning. This is Bitcoin's enemy year. Recon, bro. Numerology states Bitcoin will crash this year. We finally figured out Gil's investment strategy. No analysis. He doesn't do technical analysis. He doesn't do fundamental analysis. He literally just does numerology. That's his investment strategy. Hope I've answered your question. All right, we got a couple more minutes and we're going to shut this off. Let's see. Let's see if my tax clients uploaded their tax returns. Can't wait to be home tomorrow. Have my beautiful Shure MV7 microphone. All right, hold on a minute. See, when you do a tax consult, you got to upload your last year's tax returns. You got to upload them. Otherwise, I don't know how to quote you. I can't quote you. I got to have your last year's taxes. Okay, that guy did. That's good. And then there's somebody else tonight. Who else is tonight? Okay, that person just booked. This person. Did they upload their tax returns? They did not. Uh-oh. One did, one didn't. Usually when people don't upload their prior year tax returns, that's usually a bad sign. Usually they cancel. And then I cry. 999 buy, 33 sell. Yeah, that's why I'm poor. I haven't been using numerology. Correct, clown. I bought the bottom and it's nearly time to get out before it's too late. And now I'm shorting silver, you clown. The Bitcoin crash can happen by the end of the year. This horse year is barely going to start. Oh, that's funny. All right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in. Tomorrow, there will probably not be a stream. I drive home tomorrow. I get my kids. Saturday, maybe. Monday, definitely yes. But the market's closed, so we'll figure it out. And then for the rest of the week, I'm an open book. All right, like, subscribe. Consider joining as a member to support the channel. Also consider booking a free, and I mean free, 30-minute tax consultation with me. I am a certified public accountant and will gladly do your business and or personal taxes any state in the United States. You can talk to me for free. I give you upfront fixed quotes, and I'll prepare your taxes like a boss. See you later, and see you later, everybody. Cheers.